back to Blackout, House of Bob's cyberpunk adventure set in the Vantal Megaplex and powered by the Sprawl RPG system.
Hi, I'm Cristina, and I'm playing Olivia Crow, once a test subject for the R&D sector of MassCorp, now a low-level runner for the Gastown Sparks.
Hey, I'm Shaun, and I'm playing Cass, the ex-skip tracer fighting to pay his debts and settle old scores.
Hi, I'm Shubert. I'll be playing Bunk, the beat hacker.
I'm Dan. I'll be playing Tiz, the hard-nosed reporter, tracking down corruption no matter the cost.
And I'm Jake, your GM. If you want to support the show, check us out on Patreon, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, or just tell your friends about us. Roll on. Cass's meager apartment rocks and shakes as a train of cargo containers rumbles along the quick rail that intersects the high-rise tenement. He puts a hand on his terminal monitor to prevent it from shaking off the desk and glances over at his daughter, who rolls over in her sleep, stealing a little bit of blanket from her younger brother, then adjusts her earplugs before quickly falling back asleep. Cass yawns and returns to his screen, resting his chin on one hand, the other lazily swiping through a gallery of images and videos. The first image is a screen grab of the Skip Tracer app, with an animated banner and pixelated fireworks proudly celebrating his first successful bounty. Next, images of the leaderboards as his name steadily climbs the ranks, then a selfie on a train pointing cheekily at the back of his next target. Cass starts swiping faster, past dozens of headlines praising his meteoric rise, threads of fan messages, clips of commentators analyzing his strategies, and numerous highlight reels all displaying his prowess. He stops suddenly on a photo of an article displayed on a holographic bulletin board. The image is blurry and unfocused, but we can make out the glowing headline above an unflattering picture of Cass. The shocking truth behind Skip Tracer doping scandal. Cass's face crumples into a chagrined expression, and his finger quickly moves to the delete all button, but stops, hovering above the button pensively. He's been here before, many times, and like every time previous, tries to muster the courage to leave the past behind. He pauses for several moments before his self-reflection is interrupted by a beep from his pad as a message appears. Another debt repayment past due. Cass moves his finger from the delete button, closing the gallery and turning off his monitor. He rises, walks over to the bed, redistributing the blankets to keep both kids warm, before crashing onto the nearby couch with the weight of the truly exhausted. So last time, Cass received a job from an unknown individual to intercept and steal a shipment of Lucky Corp cyberware coming into Vantal Harbor, ultimately bound for Luna. Cass hits up the rest of the team for an assist, and you started scheming. So far, you have an entry point via an external quick rail support, RFID chips to identify yourself as employees with matching uniforms. You know on which ship and when the shipment is due to arrive, which rail it's due to leave on, and that the size of the shipment is significant enough you'll need a vehicle. And that's kind of where we left off. Any other planning you guys have to do?
We need a vehicle, so we either need to be able to get a vehicle inside or bring one. Oh, bring one in. It's going to be tough if we're going in through the quick rail.
Could one of our uniforms be a delivery driver?
I don't see why not.
Did we find out what was going on with the intel I was trying to get from GJ?
Not yet.
I don't know how soon that'll be.
It's going to happen like right before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be best to know what size things are, unfortunately.
Why don't we just ship ourselves
inside?
I didn't realize you were such a shipper.
They probably like scan the boxes. They'd be like, what's in the box?
Ship us.
Who's us in this? All of us?
Yeah,
all of us.
Oh, okay.
4-way.
We're going to need to hire a man to close the box, though, and like deliver us.
I mean, we got a guy.
Yeah, I don't trust him very much, though.
Why not?
Because he'd have like a nervous breakdown trying to deliver
he just
us.
did
You talking about
right
Kyle?
now.
Yeah, Kyle.
Who's going to open it on the other end, guys?
You guys are always shitting on Kyle.
Well,
Not
we
shitting
just
on
burst
Kyle.
out of it at an opportune moment.
I'm getting sick of this. I'm going to call up Kyle. I'm going to be like,
Do it. I'm not afraid of Kyle.
I'm going to be like, yo, Kyle, these suckers have been, they've been shitting all over you.
I'm not sure why. Yeah. Why are you so like committed to Kyle?
Because
Because he's the everyman.
He's just a bro like you and me.
He's our self-insert character.
You guys don't even know him.
The first time I saw Kyle, I felt like I've always known him.
You saw him from like the window.
Love at first sight. Yeah.
You guys already have a way in. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
You can change your plan if you want to.
Yeah, entirely.
I wasted all of my cards on making this current plan. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
the question is if you need more planning about what to do when you get in there and how to get out.
Yeah. I
I would
think
like a floor plan, maybe.
that'd be good.
That would be hella good.
A floor plan and then maybe a way to steal a car. I assume they have vehicles there.
Can we just like cyber Google Maps?
Cyber Google Maps?
Or
They
get
probably
like satellite
don't put,
pictures or something.
Well, like, I mean, I can get a satellite view of the airport.
But I'm saying like I almost don't think that like this is the future though where like information like that would be like
Yeah, Google's
underground.
been illegal
Okay,
for a long time, man.
As you can do online research and you'd probably get a little bit of useful information to get like a proper detailed layout. It would involve some hacking or some
we need,
social
like-
engineering or something like that.
We need numbers of shipping crates and stuff. Like,
Surprisingly, Google lost in the Google Wars.
I believe I know like which crate we need to get, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know which crate and when it's coming and
Yeah.
where it's leaving from.
but we don't know how to find it at the shipyard.
No, once it gets off the boat, it's a little blurry as to what'll happen to it.
Do we know what ship it's coming in on?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good start. So we can be there before.
I feel like I want to be there on
When
the
they're
ground.
unloading?
So to see that crate come off the ship.
You want to be the one unloading it, probably.
Yeah. If nobody else's hand ever interacts with it, that's
Even
the best
better.
way
Are
to
we
do it.
talking about like a full shipping crate? And like,
We don't know. Like we literally.
but that's
don't
the
know
size
about
it's
it.
coming on?
You know
though?
that it's coming in a full shipping crate.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what you need to retrieve is not the full crate.
Okay.
Yeah.
But big enough that you will need a van or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're not taking the whole crate. We have to get inside that
I
crate.
mean, we can
Yeah.
take the whole crate,
That's harder.
Sure.
but yeah, if we could just get it out, that would be better. But that's also a lot more work. So there's a give and take there.
Cass thinks that we've got to get in there, be the ones unloading the shipping container,
Mhm.
be right there when it gets unloaded. We've got to transport it to a hidden corner somewhere or into the stacks or something like that. Crack it open, get what we need out, put it on a van or a truck or something like that and drive it out.
Okay.
Then
This
we'll
all
need a
sounds
second
very logical. When does the olive oil get involved?
Gas cooks with butter, bacon fat.
vehicle. Yeah, we need our wild card.
Yeah. This feels like it might actually go smoothly, and I don't trust it.
What?
That's all I'm saying.
I'm excited to see which you are the wild card.
Do we have to like draw straws to see who the new wild card is?
I think the wild card should just
think
know who
you'll-
they are.
I think you'll just feel it at one point.
Yeah.
And you'll go crazy.
And then
It'll
you'll be
happen.
like, I'm going to do something.
All right.
And y'all aren't going to like it.
This time it's castor oil, but yeah.
Castor oil.
Oh, I just called it.
I think Cass feels pretty good about this plan so far. I think we have to know what we've got to move out.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to know that is to actually see it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Do we want to do a trial run and see if we can get in there?
No. That's stupid.
Do it on the day.
That's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Who pre-robs a bank?
We don't know that
They don't pre-rob it, but they walk in it before.
Every time I've ever pre-robbed a bank, I ended up robbing it that time.
Every time I pre-robbed a bank, I've been arrested.
My instinct here is that we should be running some kind of interference. Like we should be doing some kind of distraction.
That
Ooh,
sounds
okay.
good.
That sounds like something you could do for sure, because you're the computer whiz.
Bunk just pulls out a huge bag full of tiny robot things.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah,
Oh.
I do have a lot of annoyance bugs.
Where would be the best place to activate them?
Well, they're really small and I can remotely activate them. So I think
Can you make them sound like bombs?
I can make them make different noises, but they're tiny, right? So they only have a tiny speaker. So they wouldn't make
That's
like a big booming.
I just
voice.
realized that'd
But
be a
if they
terrible
all
idea.
did the same sound at the same time, it could probably be pretty loud.
Yeah. They all chirp
So maybe
at
they
the
can
same
do
time.
like a sort of almost siren sound.
Yeah.
Because a bomb, I don't think a little speaker could make that sound.
We could also make it seem like a shipping container is opened and a bunch of toys fell out.
Mm-hmm. Or it could
Gotta
just
check
be
it out.
the sound of a person or something. And yeah, they're like going around looking for something, right? I'm thinking instead of having them all go off at once, we could have them, distract people by having them kind of look around.
Like a cookie crumb trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we put them on something that moves?
Pigeons.
We could.
We have crows.
You don't have crows.
Well,
I don't even really have crows. They just kind of do what they want to do.
You know some crows.
Yeah, I'm aware.
We know some.
all right, we'll pay them off. And
We got an
Okay.
acquaintance.
Yeah. I mean, they could fly around with them on there, but I'm afraid that could lead to them getting hurt, though.
it's a risk I'm willing to take.
That's good. I'm glad you're okay with that.
I mean, they could drop them off in random spots. Is that something that they?
Oh, they could put them up high.
Of?
Put them on
Yeah.
like the radar tower or something like that.
Yeah.
Although you said they're not very loud.
Maybe they could just help us by putting them in a couple spots that, are
Yeah, they
hard.
can.
Top of some tall crates.
They definitely can pre-place them pretty easily.
Yeah, they can certainly just kind of scatter them around.
So that's part of the plan anyway, is scatter around some of these distraction/annoyance.
Are you going to give like each of us a couple of them?
Yeah. I'll hand out.
I'm just going to throw them in
Several.
someone's face. Annoying spots.
It's not, how I
dirty.
design them to be used, but you let me know how that works.
Yeah,
Get creative with it.
exactly.
It's all research and development process,
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Are we going to do this?
I guess so.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I am.
All right.
Put my bulletproof vest on underneath my delivery
I want to
driver
buy armor.
jacket.
I remember last time.
I also have a fanny pack that I've concealed my pistol within.
You're such a dad.
How much does armor cost?
You want armor now?
You have money?
Yeah, I thought you didn't have any money.
Yeah.
I don't have much. I'm willing to go into debt for it, though.
I don't have any kind of
Oh,
weapon.
you had a taser.
You lost it last mission.
Yeah, I had an EMP rifle, but
that might be something, is maybe we can do like a quick shopping trip or alone or something.
I literally have no cred, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe alone.
I have a single cred.
I have a contact and a gear.
I've got a contact.
What if you just save the gear for when you needed a gun?
Yeah. I actually thought of a funny way I could do that.
Yeah.
Where I just say that my bike,
Is the
like
gun?
as all bikes in this modern cyberpunk era is like equipped with, like a sword,
Oh, of course.
like a katana.
Absolutely. It's right there beside the exhaust.
Yeah,
So it's
like-
also a hot katana.
Yeah.
Beside
Does
your
fire
airbrushed
damage.
dragon on
They're
it.
probably not actually that functional. Like they don't want you to use these things. It's,
It's
They'll probably
it's a
burn
mall
your
ninja
hand.
sword.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But it's like
It's there for us.
it's in there.
I'd rather you had a gun.
I've never used it.
The basic armor is just one cred.
Oh, sweet. I'm not in debt. I'm just dirt poor.
Yeah, we're all poor. We need this to go well.
So you can either get the armored clothing, which is 0 armor, but it subtract 1 from the harm move, and it's discreet. You can get armored vest, which is just 1 armor, but it's not discreet. People will know you're wearing armor.
But then you could just put it on.
But we also live in a
What would-
society where that's kind of
Yeah, that's
normal.
not totally unheard of, but
especially for a reporter.
How does it function differently than armored clothing?
It actually reduces the harm dealt to you.
yeah. So armored clothing, you still take the full harm, but the harm roll that you make is not as severe.
Oh, so I have a chance of rolling better on my arm roll. I see.
Yeah, whereas armored clothing does both, essentially.
So I guess Cass will dress as a security guard.
Sure. Yeah, like exactly. If you're wearing armor and it looks the part, then that's fine.
Okay. I will go with that then. I will go with the armor.
Okay, so armored vest, jacket, or coat, 1 armor.
So you two are dressing up as security guards.
Yes.
We're both wearing discreet armor, Olivia and
Yeah.
Bunk. So we potentially could be dressed up as anything.
Dock workers or
Yeah.
Or maintenance.
cleaners, like a maintenance person and a dock worker. We need somebody, I think, who looks like they would be operating machinery on the docks.
I do love cleaning.
I was gonna say maintenance sounds good for me because maybe I could scope out a vehicle or something on
Right.
the premises.
I like maintenance because you guys could be used to like investigate the annoying beeping noises.
That's true. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
heard you
We
have
could even
some
say
beeping.
that's what we've been called there for,
Yeah.
right?
And you just plaster them all over the boat that we're supposed to go inspect or something.
And yeah, we just keep putting more as we look around for
Yeah.
them.
It's an epidemic.
Performance review is going to be awful.
Mhm.
Okay. Should we make up new character names for this?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Most important part.
All right.
These names are the names of the employees whose identities you're
Yes, that's exactly
My
right.
name will be Kit Simone.
My guy's name is Microwave.
Microwave.
What do they call you for short?
Mike?
The O-Wave.
Yeah.
Call me the O-Wave.
Yeah, they call me O-Wave. O-Wave. Yeah, they call me Wave for short, but they say O-Wave.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
In all your performance reviews.
O-Wave.
Cass didn't have very much choice for his ID. He is stuck with Xiao Tao.
You look like a Shaun.
He does not look like a Xiao. Does not look like a Xiao at all.
You were adopted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Esmeralda.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
You don't need to have a last name.
Justice.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
Esmeralda Justice.
It's like your stripper name or something. Okay. Kit Simone, Microwave, Esmeralda Justice, and Xiao Tao.
Well, they
most
sound
unlikely best friends.
they sound silly when you put them all in order.
One particularly.
We're all from very different departments. We really only meet up at lunch breaks.
It doesn't mean we're friends. We just work together.
It's, yeah.
Co-workers.
You guys have a plan, and as benefits of having Cass, a soldier on your team, is he is the here's the plan move, which is similar to what I gave Bunk during the Skip Tracer mission.
When I plan a mission, everyone to whom I assign a task takes a +1 ongoing while they act on that task according to the plan. Anyone who rolls a miss or goes off plan loses their bonus for that mission. If you get paid, mark experience.
So what are people's roles? Who's in charge of what, I guess?
Olivia is looking for a vehicle.
Right? So you get +1 ongoing on your rolls until you fail or go off mission.
Bunk is causing a distraction.
That's right.
And we're both security, but what will we be doing?
We will be
Locating the package.
and I guess we work together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
We don't all have to split up.
Yeah. It's probably a little dangerous to do that.
This is going to be the smoothest mission we've ever had.
All right. Cut to all of you.
On
Guns
fire.
pointed at you on fire.
That's the only mission we've ever had.
Guns pointed at each other.
Yeah. On fire.
That's honestly how I pictured it.
Mexican standoff.
That's
Like, how could you
Cyberware
betray
in
us?
the middle. I trusted you.
You didn't stick to the plan.
You're supposed to get the van.
How could you do this, Microwave?
Oh, wave.
Oh, wait.
Actually cut to a street north of the Vantil Harbor where you see a quick box rail support. It's kind of part of the skyscraper that's right there. It moves through it and along it. And your first step is to get up there. Like all these quick box rails, they are elevated a fair bit above the city street.
So I think that this building probably has like an elevator we could go up to a floor where we can like climb out a window.
Yeah, possibly. We need to decide what kind of building it is then.
Oh shit, he's got a sheet for
You have
buildings.
a building generator?
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's pretty cool. So the game master is now rolling dice onto a piece of paper with names and types of buildings printed all over it. One of the dice has fallen off of the paper
No.
twice,
to the same place.
three times,
Four
four
times a lady.
This piece of paper needs walls.
Leisureplex department store?
Yeah, so
Interesting.
it's either a leisureplex or a department store. And the result of the die, the face value of the die will give us more details about it too.
I feel like a leisureplex would be more discreet.
This is called the downtown drop-down grid.
It's from a book called Augmented Reality. And it's by Peter Gallagher, and it's on Drive-Thru-RPG.
Neat.
Yeah.
And it's very cool.
Leisureplex.
We like leisureplex?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a rec center, basically, and probably like an arcade on a floor and that kind of stuff.
I imagine
Cool.
it's one of those ones that have like a big beach and all that stuff.
I picture, yeah, it's like
I don't know if it's that high, actually.
Kind of like
No, but
West
that's what I
Edmonton Mall
imagine.
style.
A Leisureplex
I picture
can be.
I picture like a big plastic water slide going around the outside of the building.
Yeah.
Can it be a giant dome? Like one of those clear glass domes?
Like a biodome.
It's going to be really hard to sneak in a clear glass.
We can call it
Yeah, it's hard to walk up
It's got a
walk
skylight.
through one of those windows.
A
call
dome
it the leisure dome.
leisure dome.
And then the face value of the die gives us like an additional detail about the building, either newly renovated or unusually busy.
Newly renovated might be
Like
because then
there's
people
still
don't know
there
where
could be
stuff is.
they could still be like scaffolding left behind and stuff like that maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know. Can we be like that?
Can we be like that?
Yeah.
I don't understand that sentence.
Well, newly renovated makes it sound like it's finished renovation.
If it's super busy though, there's
lots of distractions.
Yeah, there's going to be so many people that we are going to blend in more. There's going to be more people to distract the, actual workers and security.
What time of day did we say that the shipment was coming? Daytime? Okay, so yeah, this is like morning. So yeah,
Let's go
we need
busy.
to be like a busy time.
All right.
Yeah.
Busy it is.
You walk up to the Leisureplex, and there's a stream of people coming and going. First Monday of the month is discount, so there's a bunch of people coming and going.
Seniors Day.
Seniors Day. I mean, it's a public building. The entrance into the building itself is easy enough, but at that point you do see there's elevators that go up to the different floors. There's a ticketing booth essentially near the front of that, and there's a lineup right now currently for people trying to get in.
I think Cass will immediately look around for a staff entrance. He's wearing a security uniform. I don't know how many people would stop him. He's going to look for a freight elevator.
Have you got like a gun out and stuff?
I am in uniform. I am in uniform. I'm not like walking in with my gun out and be like, "Where's the elevator?"
Sorry, I didn't phrase that correctly.
Not
I
drawn,
meant like
On you.
because you said you have it like in a fanny pack, right?
Oh, I changed my uniform. I
Yeah.
thought
like,
differently.
do you have like a gun holster?
I would say yes. Yeah.
We could escort these two in.
That's a funny
All right.
way to go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but you guys can put your hands behind your backs and we could like escort you.
No, we're not arresting them into the leisure center. They're
Gonna
here
do a
to
hard time. You're
not stormtroopers.
taking these two down to the detention center.
There is a freight elevator. I'm gonna roll to see how secure it would be.
0 secure.
Bunk has got one of those masks that's like a construction model.
Thankfully, since this is not newly renovated, the security features are a little old. So it looks like there was like a keypad entry originally, but it's broken. So it's
Just always
basically free
green.
entrance. Yeah.
They're just holding it open with a broom handle.
Yeah, there's like some duct tape attached to it to keep it from moving when it's not supposed to, and it's pretty run down. You think you could pretty easily get in there, no problem.
All right.
We hacked it.
Yep. That's what hacking is.
Yeah.
Tiz just walks in like he owns the place.
Yeah.
One of you should roll act under pressure, and then the other one could assist.
Is that an edge?
That is a cool roll.
Oh,
Cool.
I got a +1.
This is the one that said he's walking in all cock of the walk.
Did say that.
Yeah.
I will help him.
You can assist me. Yeah.
I'll assist him. So what? I just have to roll a regular.
So normally, you would roll 2d6 plus the number of links you have with him, which I think is 0.
0.
Alternatively, you do have a special ability, Cass does, called Pep Talk, I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So as we're walking in, Cass points out the freight elevator entrance to Tiss and says, "You should lead us right on in there, son. You can see that freight elevator is going to get us on up. You can do it. You got the confidence. You've been places where you're not supposed to be before, haven't you?"
It's just an elevator, Cass.
That's what I like to hear, boy.
I ain't afraid.
He psyched you up so much.
Go on and roll it.
Which means that Cass automatically succeeds on assist rolls
that's
when he
cool.
can give a pep talk.
Ha! 10.
Cool. There's a person at the desk taking tickets and things like that, but they're so busy with this crazy crowd of people that they barely notice you, or they notice but don't register you. And you walk into the elevator. You took a look from the outside of what floor you want. Let's say it's floor 14, and you hit the buttons and you wait for a few moments in the elevator.
Does it say what is on floor 14? Like sometimes they have a list of what's on what floor.
Lingerie? No.
Wow,
yeah.
leisurely.
I never expected this.
VR lounge, could be arcade, rec center,
I want it to be a VR lounge.
VR lounge,
No, water
Yeah.
park
water park.
on
Because
one
if
floor.
they're gonna all have their like headsets on, they won't
It's just
even
like
see
row
us.
upon row of people
It's-
like lying in tubes.
Yeah.
It's a VR water park.
They're all-
Yeah.
everybody's in their swim trunks. And every once in a while, somebody comes by and throws water on top of them.
Yeah, you've got like your waterproof VR.
I think they can
geysers.
automate the water bucket.
No.
You don't need some guy.
on a
like-
shoestring
And the
budget.
game is like a horror game, and you think it's like blood and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
The elevator's door open, and like Shaun described, you just see rows and rows of VR lounge booths, little pods, and you can see people inside with masks on over their head.
Getting splashed.
There are 2 staff members that are, kind of just manning the booth where people initially come in. as well as one that's kind of doing the rounds just to make sure that no one's freaking out or having a seizure or anything like that. And yeah, I mean, you're here. Your plan is to open a window and waltz on out. That would probably arouse suspicion.
Yeah, it seems tricky because it's super quiet in here probably. And there's like 2 people who are working there just walking around.
Yeah, but we could probably pay them off or something. They don't care.
Or we can use these chittering devices to make them think that something is busted.
That's true too.
Oh, yeah.
Let's place some devices.
Cool.
Okay, so Olivia and I can start walking around maybe to some of the VR.
Yeah, you can be
You
scoping
said there's
out
like
what
some
games.
VR booth kind of.
Yeah, they're just like little reclining pods that people are in.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, just going around like acting like we're checking those out and just placing some little beepy bots in there.
Beepy bots.
Beepy bots.
Meanwhile, I think Cass and Tiss will just like walk through over to a window and just kind of like look out as if we're looking at the street,
Right.
being nonchalant.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for a friend.
So why not either Bunk or Olivia? You guys can do the act under pressure this time with an assist and with an additional +1 for having those bugs.
Oh no, 4.
5. And and then even with the assist, it would only be 6.
Yeah. Something bad happens.
Well, your plan was to kind of move around and drop this bug.
What'd you do now?
But you get approached by the staff member and he says, hey, I didn't know there was any maintenance or anything being done. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just looking around. I'm interested in these sort of pods. I've never done this before, dude. Just looking at them.
He kind of gives you a bit of an eye because
Can you explain them to me? I'm just going to try to distract them now at this point, and then you guys go.
Open a window. Yeah.
okay, sure. He's confused because you didn't come in through like the public entrance. You came in through a staff entrance.
Yeah.
So he expected you to be doing work. I think you probably got a fast talk if you want him to go along with that.
All right. That's a 9 for Olivia.
You distract him long enough that Cass and Tiss can do their dark deed and open a window.
Dark teeth. What a bunch of perverts.
You get the blast of wind as you open the window and see the
Feel that breeze, Tiss.
Yeah.
Freedom.
and see all the traffic beyond. You see the rail right in front of you, which is currently clear.
How far away is it, the rail? Touching?
Yeah, it's touching. Yeah,
Okay.
That's fine. You can get onto it, no problem. You're distracting him. What's your exit plan?
I think I'm going to just go and maybe reconvene and try to go through the regular entrance then for you and I, Bunk.
Or we can open up a side door for you or something.
Unless I peeled off with these guys while you were
Well, that's a good
distracted.
question.
Yeah,
I don't
Bunk
know.
could have escaped. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, why
So
not?
then I'll go back downstairs to that area and try to see if I can get in. Hopefully you guys either leave a door open or I'll just use my ID card and scan in as
Yeah,
well.
we're still in contact, so
Yeah.
I can send you a message to say like meet at this door and I'll prop it open for you or something.
Okay.
I think that's fine. Once you guys are outside, you can kind
Yeah.
of get around to the other side of the building and drop the fire escape or something like that. And Olivia climbs up too.
I'm going to be like to this guy, like, so how much does these cost?
10?
That's
Omnicoin.
expensive. Oh, that's very
10.
expensive.
We haven't decided how much an Omnicoin is.
Yeah.
So
Well,
10 Omnicoin. I can't afford that. And I stomp
that's a
off.
year's salary.
This VR doesn't have its own like local cryptocurrency. that
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
you gotta buy
use
tokens
with
first,
the
I
leisure,
guess, yeah.
the leisure zone token.
right.
Oh
yeah.
my God, that was the original
100
cryptocurrency.
blood tokens.
I never thought about that till this moment. I'm like, 100 blood tokens. I can't afford that. I'm out of here.
You head back down.
I shove him a little bit.
Oh,
Wow.
Security.
after you leave, you see him. He's chatting with the other coworker. And he's like, "Can you believe this bitch?"
That's fair.
Yeah.
and he sends a preemptive email to his supervisor in case you make a complaint about him. And I'm gonna increase the action clock by 1.
That makes sense.
You should like write in a complaint to the supervisor.
I'm going to do it as an onlooker. I saw him push this lady.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
There I was getting out of my VR machine and I saw him push her.
What is that accent?
Yeah, why do I have to do an accent for an email?
No, that's just a little old lady.
There's just a little old lady in the VR machine.
Yeah, she's more believable. She's
But
trustworthy.
I'm saying, I don't have to talk at all.
You're dictating.
Yeah.
You don't understand my style, Christina.
Old people use voice to text.
Yeah, Garrett did all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. You are onto the rail. The rail itself is not particularly wide. I mean, wide enough that you can walk single file comfortably, but you can't get a big group of people going or anything like that.
What about if a train's coming?
That would be bad.
Go faster.
Try to outrun it.
Do we know when the train's coming?
We
Yes.
didn't look that up. Did we? Okay.
I have a
You got the schedule.
This would be a great time to spend an Intel card.
Oh, look at this.
Damn it.
I just happen to have one Intel card for you, sir.
All right.
See, this is why I knew working with you was going to be a great idea.
Yeah, they're on lunch break, so
This
it's...
guy's got the train schedule.
This guy thinks of everything.
Don't worry about it, Bunk. I've got the schedule right here in my chest pocket. Pulls
And
it
then
out. It's like,
And flies off.
Where did you get that?
Where'd you find a printer?
you can pick them up at the local QuickBox station, actually.
What?
I mean, that's
They just have it.
definitely not true, but that is definitely not public information. That's something that QuickBox keeps pretty close to heart, but you got that Intel card from the Johnson that gave you the mission.
Right.
And
Yes.
he knew a lot about different routes and time schedules and things like that. So
I know when they're coming in. I know when they're going out.
He's probably like a QuickBox
Okay, so
employee
we're
or something.
not going to get crushed anytime soon.
Good.
anytime soon.
Not till later. That's the climax.
Oh, boy.
You make your way across the rail. Luckily, it's not too far from the actual complex, I should say, a block or two. And as you get closer, you notice that where the rail goes over the wall, there are cameras pointed at the track.
Oh.
Of course.
Duh.
They're not going to have an unsecured trail.
Use your gear for a train costume.
Okay, I'll just become a train.
Woo woo.
I do have lots of hold here. So I think I'm going to spend one of my hold for like a jammer. I mean, I have cybercoms with jamming. I don't know if that would apply or not, but I'm going to have like a little handheld jammer that I can point at the cameras and it will like freeze them on that view for 30 seconds or whatever.
Sure, I think that's fine.
That'll come in handy later, too, if you have that.
I still have it. It's in my pocket.
It's used up.
No. I spend another hold on spare batteries.
Cass is always prepared for a mission, got all the little gear and the gadgets and things like that ready to go. It's not the first time he's done a heist, so he's got the equipment to just stop the cameras for long enough for you to slip through. And you are now over the wall.
Nice.
From this vantage point, you can see a lot of the complex. Along the west coast, of course, are all the berths where the boats come and go. There's those big cranes that grab containers off of the ships and move them to and fro. The center of the complex is mostly devoted to rows and rows of these containers. Mostly along the outskirts of the complex are like the office and administrative buildings and things to that nature. You can see as well from here that the quick rail continues right into the middle of the complex, where it splits off into a few. There's the one that goes north, which you're on right now, two that go east, one that goes south. And right in the center of that complex, there's like a little turnstile, essentially, like you'd see, at like a train station, right? Where the containers are loaded on and then directed on the right track, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably do an assess if you want from this vantage point, or just head down.
Yeah, we want to get to the right berth so that we can see the ship, or at least what Tiss and Cass do. And then you guys need to find a vehicle and make a distraction.
Yeah, so you two can go down anytime.
Let's all head down to the ground floor. I guess assess so we know which berth we need to target.
All right, so maybe I'll use my recording glasses and I'll use like the zoom feature. And then I'll try to spot the right boat that we're looking for.
Is that actually a tag that you have on yours?
I do have magnification.
There you go. Perfect.
It's magnification and recording.
The seventh berth is what the employer gave you, and you see that, well, believe it or not, 7 down. How early did you guys arrive? Like a few hours before, 10 minutes before?
I think we're within an hour of expected arrival.
That sounds like enough time. Yeah.
Sure. There is a boat at that berth. You know that it's not the one you're after. It's just finishing being loaded up with some containers, and that's where you're at.
Well, I think Olivia's going to hit ground level.
I think it makes sense for all of us to hit down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to start scoping out the vehicle situation.
Sure. So the actual easy point where you can head down, there's support columns on the inside of the complex. There's a support beam that goes down right in between the container stocks, and you climb on down, and yeah, there you are. What's next?
Olivia's going to try to see where maybe the closest parking area is to that number 7 berth.
Sure. So from the vantage point on top of the quick rail, you could see where the main parking lot is, and it's closer to the entrance on the east. So it's the opposite side of the complex.
Yeah.
There are certainly vehicles here and there. Most of them are either being used or only temporarily abandoned, right? While someone moves from one thing to another.
Olivia will go and start towards like maybe some place that actually has like worker vehicles, because that's actually what I want to pick up, and then like bring in like, I'm going to go load up my car with this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
The majority of those, like where they're parked when they're not in use, is still over on that east side. There are some near the berths, but most of them are either being used or, very soon to be used.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get some like union dock guy to like give you his vehicle.
I think that'd be impossible. Union people don't let ununion people do anything.
Who says you're not part of the union?
I don't have a union card.
They're not going to ask you
have an
for it.
RFID tag.
Yeah.
You work here. You're part of the union.
Okay. So is it just Olivia heading over, or is it just Esmeralda heading over?
Yes, Esmeralda.
Cass is going to start heading right for berth 7, watching for the ship.
Yep. We walk like side by side to make it look like we're a security team.
Sure.
I have my flashlight and I'm pointing it down.
Yeah, in the middle of the day. Can you put that away? God damn, Kiss.
All right, I pull out my gun.
He has to have something in his hand.
I'm reading my data pad.
Here's a clipboard. God damn it.
Yeah, that's my data pad. That way I'll be like looking at boxes and then looking at my data pad.
Okay.
And looking at boxes again.
Okay.
Maybe I should go do some maintenance. Basically, I want to set something up so I could trigger something in case we make any terrible mistakes.
Unlikely.
Unlikely, yeah. Basically, want to find some way of disrupting the security teams, but kind of set it up now so I can trigger it later.
So first things first, you need to know where that is. Do you happen to have any intel or anything like that?
I don't have any intel. I have a gear and a contact.
Contact could help.
We have some options here. We could either do a cheeky flashback to a scene where you did some research on that. Or, you could probably, if you can think of a good way to use your contact. Or you could do assess to try to figure out where that is on the fly.
I think flashback might work for me.
Okay. So, but before the mission, you know where you're going to be heading. You want a little more information about where things are within there, especially for like good places to place your bugs and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So you tried to do a little searching around to get more info on the layout of the building. So why don't you roll research?
9.
Great. So on a 7 to 9, you take intel. And you get to ask me one question. The question sounds like probably, where would I find blank? Do you want either the power or do you want like the comms that the security uses?
Probably more of the comms. They'll probably have some like central relay system. That
Exactly. Yeah. So near the east entrance, in between the truck door and one of the employee doors, there's basically a little guard tower, and all the security systems and the cameras and things like that are located in there, as well as the relay system. So you know where that is, and you know where to go, and you head off that direction. It sounds like. Cass, Tiss, Olivia, you're heading down between the rows of cargo containers. You see the occasional employee. This is a fairly busy time in the day for the complex. Most of them are busy enough if they're at work and don't give you a second glance. There's hundreds of people that work here, probably thousands. And you are getting pretty close. You do see at one point a patrol of 2 security guards. They're making their way in between the rows of containers. They seem a lot more alert, a lot more attentive than all the other people that are just working. They look like they're looking for something.
Huh.
We're looking for something too.
Should we look intent too, or should we just pretend like we're walking to the area we're going to patrol or something?
I think we need to continue to play cool. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves. This is a big complex. I don't think it's likely they know everybody on the staff roster. We just keep
Thousands of people work here.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I think we're just going to try and like maybe pace it so that they kind of like go past just before we go past.
Or they're just going down a new row or something, and then we just walk right past.
I might go a little bit ahead of you guys though, because it'd look weird if we were all together.
Yeah.
Which plan are we sticking with? Trying to blend in or the trying to time it?
Oh, okay. Those are 2 different things.
Yeah, I was just going to try to do both. Blend in when...
Let's blend in.
Okay.
Look like we're here on purpose.
If you try to time it and then fail, then you're trying to blend in, right?
That's true.
But, yeah. I interpreted that as different things.
Yeah, I'd rather just not be seen by them in general, I think.
Sure.
Okay, so you're trying to time it. In which case, I think it'd probably be edge because you're using your experience and your ability to.
I'm very edgy.
Me too.
Tiss. Just take it easy. Take it slow. Watch for them to go around that corner.
Why are you so
He's a dad.
condescending
This
in
is
your
literally
speeches?
my special ability.
I know.
Be condescending though.
Yeah, I know how to walk slower.
He's mentoring
Not
him.
too slow. Fast enough. Speed up a little bit. Not too slow.
I can't. Your legs are longer.
All right. I succeed on aiding you.
Oh, nice. That is 13.
Oof, very nice.
Plus his 1, 14.
That should do it.
We're so good.
There's lots of turns lefts and rights, and you hide behind one set of the containers until they make a turn, and you head down, turn around behind them, head back the other way, and you're back on your original path. And you make to the end of the containers where you see there's the berths themselves. There are the big cranes. There are tracks that cargo is loaded onto and then moved into the turnstile in the center of the complex. You see quite a few people going about their business. This last ship, the last cargo container has been loaded on and it's about to leave. From here, is it just waiting until the right train comes or for you two?
I'm not just going to wait out in the open. I'm looking for either a crane, like control tower. I'm looking for a guardhouse. I'm looking for a doghouse where people might take their break. It's an industry term. It's a real thing.
Okay.
I should have brushed up on my security lingo before we
It's all right. It's all right.
That's
I'll
what
let you
he's
do
here
the
for.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah, looking for somewhere where you can be while we're waiting for that ship to come in.
Sure. So I think that's probably edge again. Assess.
All right.
All right. I'll try to aid you, I guess.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
this is casserole on this one.
How do you help me?
I'm going to attempt to aid you. I'm going to use my glasses again and try to maybe spot like the crow's nests or something near our guard tower.
All right.
I aid.
So I get a +1 from you.
Yep.
I get my +2, so that's a 9, 10.
Oh,
Nice.
unstoppable. So which one of those do you want? Do you want a crane? Do you want a...
I think if we are in the crane control, then we can actually like pick the container that we want and get it faster.
That sounds so risky. You're like, one guy's picking it up and then you're like, we like bat their crane out of the way so we can get it. No, our box.
Cool. So yeah, you spot an empty crane near the right berth and you manage to slip up there and stake it out. Well, and stake your hiding spot.
Stake your claim.
Yep. Stake your claim on this crane.
Yeah.
All right. Cass will go on to his cyber comms and will make a communication out. Come in, Mike and Esmeralda. We have found a nest. Over and out.
What does that mean?
Much more professional than any of the other communications these guys have done.
Yeah, it's so professional that Olivia doesn't really understand what he's saying.
There wasn't a single emoji in that message.
How do I know how he's feeling? I look at his actual face.
I just send a bird emoji, question mark.
Bunk starts looking up security lingo.
What the fuck is a nest?
I translate for them. I say, we found a good hiding spot.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, double thumbs up.
Let's pop over to Bunk then, who has split off, heading towards the comms and security tower on the east side of the complex. You see this little guard post. It's higher than the other buildings in the area, so they can look over the wall and they see in between the container stacks and things like that too. You see there is a door at the base, and you see a guard standing in front of it looking bored.
Cool.
Smoking a cigarette.
A jazz cigarette?
Regular
Big fat
cigarette.
doobie.
I think
Death stick.
maybe this is one of those times to use one of these beepy bugs. I could throw this guy somewhere and just distract this guard for a second so I can hop through this door.
Okay. Sounds good. What role do you want that to be that you can justify? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on it.
My gut was, say, act under pressure.
Sure. And then cool it up.
9.
So on a 7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, flinch. MC will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You send this bug off in between two of the container stacks, trying to draw this guard away. The guard gets a confused look on his face, puts out his cigarette on the ground, and starts walking towards it. However, you also see from the opposite side, another guard has heard that noise, and he has started walking in your general direction to try to check it out too. So you do have an opening on the building, but you'd probably have to get there fast enough to avoid the second guard, or use some other trickery.
Okay, well, I'm not going to like run in because if he sees me doing that, it's sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to like try to casually walk into this office acting like I'm a maintenance guy and I'm here to do some maintenance.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure. That's cool again then.
9.
You get in. Just with enough confidence to not be noticed, you make your way up to the building, flip open the door, jump in, and you think you made it in without attracting any unwanted attention. From here, you make your way up the steps to the control room. You peek in through, there's a little porthole in the door, and you see there are 2 people in here. They are managing the various cameras and controls and systems.
Okay, I pop the door open.
Mhm.
Hey, just here to check on the systems, give her the old update. Mind if I step on in, you guys?
They look confused because they weren't expecting anybody. Roll fast talk, which is style, please.
Rolled a 4. My style is +1, and I have +1, but that's still 6.
And I think that means you lose your thing, right?
Yeah, you do lose your card now if you fail, yeah.
That was not part of the plan.
That was not part of the plan. What did Bunk look like in this moment?
So I'm a maintenance worker.
Yeah.
I've got my Mascor maintenance guy rebreather on, the construction worker kind of model. And I've got like my high-vis belt on, and I've got like a maintenance kind of deck.
It's like intrinsically safe. No sparks or anything.
Got a bunch of warning labels all over it, yeah. One of them kind of squints at you a little bit, and you see him look you up and down, and it dawns on you, as it is dawning on him, that you recognize this individual. He is frequently in the front row of your shows. He is a fervent bunkhead, and with a weird, confused look of realization, he goes, "Bunk?"
No, man. I'm microwave. I'm the maintenance guy.
We'll see if he buys that incredibly convincing lie in 2 weeks' time. Thank you all for listening. If you're enjoying the show, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts or tell a friend. Feel free to hit us up on social media at The House of Bob, stop by our Discord, shoot us an email. All the contact info is in the show notes. Consider supporting the show on Patreon. You get early access to episodes, get the chance to suggest NPC names. We have a bunch of RPG zines on there. There's even 20 plus hours of bonus content, like director's commentary and one-shots. We just recently released director's commentary for episodes 21 to 23 of our Tome of Annihilation series, as well as bonus between mission downtime activities for Blackout. I'd like to thank our existing very awesome patrons. That includes Volt, Luke Conroy, Sylvia Douglas, Mike from the Tales from the Glass-Guarded World podcast, Kieran Duffy, Jessica, Bluckett12, Robert, Tom Wesley, and Ray Kearney. Artwork for this episode was by Shaun at Shaun Makes, audio production by Alex of Astronomic Audio, and the music was by John Julius, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution. Thanks so much for listening. That's it for now. Peace. Yep.